Chukudi, what exactly is your work? 2 years, you have sold phone, you have sold car, you have sold shoes, and now you are selling furniture. What exactly is your work? Now, are you like Chukudi that you have been selling different kind of things? I understand. I'm sure it's because you are trying to make ends meet. Country hard. That is one of the reasons why in the next 100 days, I'm going to be showing you a better way of doing this thing. How you can find purpose, how you can stay and focus on a business and build it and become a huge name. I'm going to be teaching you how to build a successful business. And even if you decide that you want to go online and you want to diversify, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it. And also I'm going to be fixing that mindset of yours that has been taking you pure. Join me on this 100-day journey. It's absolutely free. Titled Mind and Money. I am going to be teaching you skills that will help you transform not just your mind but also your pocket. Click on the link below to get registered. See you there. You know say too much garri dey cause alcohol. And you know say this your garri wey you dey take na because of Satan. Now, let me show you how you can increase your income. Let me show you ways like stop drinking garri every single day. There are other types of food. There's rice, there's beans, there's chicken, there's so many other things. But you cannot afford those things if you rely on only one source of income, which is your salary. In the next 100 days, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can make money both from cryptocurrency, forex, and from owning a business. And that is not just all. I'll be adding a bonus on teaching you life skills, how to get out of depression, how to handle breakup, and how to live a best life. If you are interested in turning finance around, click on the link below. Join me on this transformative journey. It is absolutely free. Stop drinking garri every time. Because I said it's free doesn't mean that the link is going to remain open forever. Get on board. I'll see you then.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 55 of our 100-day series. Right? It's been amazing. It's been an awesome journey. And today we are going to be, exploring the millennial wisdom. And today we have in our midst a very seasoned coach, and she's going to be doing justice to the topic, right? We are going to be bringing one of we have already behind the scene a powerful woman. She's the I don't know whether I will use the word founder, but she's doing so many things with ATQ, asking tough questions. She runs a program for children and teenagers, and majorly it's for parents, answering tough questions. Answering tough questions that of course children ask. So there will be no other person that will be better suited for dealing with this kind of topic. So today's topic is dealing with social media pressure, majorly, right? And without wasting much of our time, because she's a very busy person, let's just bring to the stage our guest for tonight, Mrs. Stella Oboko. Good evening, ma.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good to see you.
Yes, how's everything, ma?
Fine,
I'm ready as
thank
usual with my
you.
pen and paper, and we are
Yeah,
ready
I
to
came
jot
with
some things
mine
down.
too because I know that every
And I'm
time I
sure a lot
spend
of
with you,
people,
it's something to learn also.
yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to gain a lot of value. So without wasting much of our time, I'm going to get out of the screen so you can take it all the way from there. Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you once again, Mr. Silas, for giving me this privilege to speak to your audience. Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate. Thank you everyone for being here, for coming to listen. There is no knowledge that is a waste. There's no time spent learning, interacting, having meaningful conversations that is a waste. So I want to trust God that this evening we'll be having a good time together. All right, please permit me to share my slide and then we begin. Okay, I don't know if you can see my slide now. Okay, I don't know if it can be seen. Please, can someone confirm to me if you can see my slide? All right, so this evening, while I
Your
get that
slide is
confirmed,
visible. Your slide is
it's
visible.
visible. All right, thank you. Okay, so this evening we'll be dealing with, I'll be speaking on the topic dealing with social media influence and peer pressure. Two powerful topics. My name is Stella Chichi Oboko. Okay, that's my name, and yeah, you can call me that. You can add Mrs. You can add Coach, but then my name is Stella Chichi Oboko. So this evening, this is what we'll be dealing with, and I'll be point of the day dealing with social media influence and peer pressure. Two very powerful topics. Two, when I saw this, I said to myself, this is a topic that can take. The two of them are modules on their own that can even take. Two of them are a whole topic on their own that can take about 10 modules each. But I'll try my best to run as fast as I can, and then I hope we gain some insight from this session. Um, I trust God to help us. This is the season we are. This is the era of social media. There is hardly anyone who is not there, who is yeah, within the age of 6 to 40 years or 45 who is not there. According to statistics, over 5 billion people use social media. So if we're about 7 billion, over 7 billion on earth, over 5 billion use one form of social media or the other, and then you and I inclusive. So it's a good time to have a conversation on the influences it has on us, and then the influence, and then peer pressure. One way or the other, something is pressurizing us, it's pressuring us. So let's move. So social media, let's start by just giving a few definitions. I want to say that everything I'll be saying today may not be strange to many of us, but like I said earlier, it's good we have these interactions. It's good we remind ourselves of some things. It's good we remind ourselves some things, and then it's good we also remind ourselves that there are things we need to drop, and then it's good we also affirm ourselves in the areas where we are already doing well. Okay, so I may not be saying something strange, but if you're hearing some things for the first time, then that's good. All right, so social media is digital technology that allows the sharing of ideas and information, including text and visual, through virtual networks and communities. So it's all virtual, it's internet based, it's digital. Okay, so everything about it is digital. Okay, social media encompasses all platforms and apps that allows people, creators, and businesses to communicate with one another, allows us communicate with one another, create online communities, exchange ideas, and share content. Now, if I may ask, how many apps, social media apps, do you have? You may have to check your phone to see how many do I have. What do they do for me? What purpose do I use each one for? Maybe you may just have to run through them and check what do I use my social media for. All the apps I have, their names: TikTok, Facebook, X, former Twitter, now X, if I'm right, YouTube, WhatsApp, TikTok, Telegram, and many others, Pinterest, Snapchat, and all of that. Okay, so what do you use them for? It encompasses all. So, what communities do you belong in all of these apps? This is what social media is. Okay, so let's look at influence. Influence, the word influence. Influence means the power to affect the way someone or something develops, behaves, or thinks without using direct force or orders. Now, I love anytime I talk about influence, I like using this picture. Now, look at this picture. This is a plant in a house, and you can see that they are all tending towards a direction. What direction? The direction of light. So now, whatever has the greater influence in your life wins. Take note, whatever has the greatest influence in your life at a time wins. So the question is, what has the great influence in your life? What is influencing you to do the things you do? Today we're talking about social media and peer pressure. The two of them have, in fact, they are all influence based. So whatever has the power to affect the way you develop, the way you think, the way you behave, the way you react, without using any direct force or orders, it's an influence on you. I like giving examples with children. All it takes for a child to begin to behave like the adult around him or her is just to spend more time with that adult, or to pick interest on something about the adult. That's what it takes. Now, for a teenager to begin to can be influenced by people he likes, people he calls his role models, the people he just likes the way they do your haircut, the way you slim your trousers, your type of suit, the way you dress, the way you walk, even the way you talk. It's enough to influence a child or a teenager to begin to behave like you. Like I say again, whatever has the highest influence on you wins. So, how is social media influencing you? Again, whatever has the power to affect the way you think, the way you behave, without forcing you, without dragging you. Because influence most time is subtle. You can't even explain. I tell you that whatever you do and achieve in life, think well, something influenced you. Whatever decisions you make in life, there's an influence somewhere. You don't just wake up one morning and make a decision. That's not true. There's an influence somewhere. Something influenced you. That's something you saw, something you read, an interaction you had, and all of that. Something wins, and that's what influenced you. All right, let's move on. So social media influence. What social media? Social media influence is the ability of an individual, organization, brand, product, ideology, movement, trend, name it, to have a compelling effect on people's thinking and behavior in a social online community. And then that influence transcends into their daily living and then into the society. That's what it is. We've looked at social media, we've looked at what influence is. So, social media influence is the ability of an individual, an organization, a brand, a product, an ideology, a movement, trends, and all of that to have a compelling effect on people's thinking. The more you see a thing, the more it becomes compelling. To have a compelling effect on the way you think, and then the way you begin to behave, starting from your social, from online, and then It transcends into your daily living and then the society. Okay? Now, the content of social media greatly influences the contents on or the content on social media greatly influences the view and opinions of people. You see, the contents, those things you look at, very subtle. They may not look like anything. In fact, all you need to do is just to watch something you didn't like for the first time. You watch something for the first time and you just say, nah, 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 this is not for me. But I tell you, by the time you keep watching for 1 week, keep watching for 2 weeks, 1 month, you see that you begin to relax about it. So they have great, in fact, the content on social media can greatly influence your view and opinion about people and about life generally. It can influence your opinion. Something you said, wow, this is bad, this is bad. Give it more attention for the next 1 week, 2 weeks. The next thing you're going to be saying, no, I don't really think it's bad. You begin to blur the lines. I don't know if that made sense. So social media has the power to influence people positively or negatively. So when we talk about influence on social media, it can be positive and it can be negative. And we're going to be looking at some of those things in a few minutes. So let's look at the positive influences of social media. Thank God for social media. Thank God He gave us social media. I'm grateful we have it. It has really, 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 really changed the way a lot of things are handled. Okay, so let's look at some of the positive influences of social media. Social media has revolutionized the way we connect. You and I will believe that it has changed the way we transform the way we connect and communicate with one another. That's transcending distance and bringing people together from all corners of the globe. Through social media, some of us have made friends from different parts of the world, connected. We found ourselves in such communities where we're able to interact with people. We found ourselves in classes, gatherings, and all of that all over the globe. Why? Because we have social media. That's a positive influence of social media. So I do not have to leave the comfort of my home to travel to Lagos to be in a meeting, or to travel to Australia, or to travel to the US to be in a meeting. I can actually connect via social media. We are able to catch up with our friends, schoolmates, long after we are gone. Why? Social media. All right. So it's easier to find groups and like-minded people, make new friends, and connect with old friends. I'll just say that. That's social media for you. We're able to connect. I have met Mr. Silas only once in person, but we have connected. And then we're here again connecting this evening. All right. So that's the power of social media. Okay. Social media have given many people the opportunity to join courses, raise and amplify their voices and awareness on important topics and issues. You and I will believe that. If not for social media, some people's voice will never have been heard on the courses they are pursuing, on the awareness they are creating. It just would have ended just within their locality. Or even some people may not have even been given an opportunity to some things they are doing today, if not for social media. So that's a plus. It has made so many people to come up. You see people having live sessions, live programs, initiating programs, and then running it, giving voices to to causes, giving voices to so many things via social media. And then, of course, you and I know that every content on social media have the ability to go viral. Every content has the ability to go viral. Okay. Social media is one of the major platforms where people can gain a multitude of knowledge. Thank God once again for social media. There is nothing you want to learn about you can't learn on social media. Permit me to say YouTube. Just type it. You may need to go further to get certified on some things, but if you want to get basic knowledge on anything, I'm telling you that just type it in you on YouTube, and YouTube will give you a video related to that and all of that. So social media has given us an opportunity to wealth of knowledge, multitude of knowledge. And same, I believe also TikTok. You can type in what you want to learn, and then you see content on that pop up, and they're able to gain knowledge. Okay, social media offers incredible benefits for businesses of all kinds. You can market your product, build and engage audience, and ultimately driving significant growth, leading to sales. Okay, that praise, I was going to say praise God. Sorry about that. All right, so social media offers incredible benefits for business owners. I'm telling you, your business can go global on social media. That's one of the benefits, that's giving people opportunity to share their business ideas, gain customers, gain wide range of clientele because of social media. So that's an influence. So you and I, you may not have a physical shop, but you can do business via social media. All right. Um, it has led to the evolve. Sorry, it has led to the evolving of many careers. All right, social media has led to the evolving of many careers. There are so many careers that never existed up until we started having social media. You have now have people who are social media managers, have so many careers coming up just because of the way social media is growing and diversifying. So people are beginning to have many careers come up from social media. Okay, and then social media encourages and supports creativity. Information is now easy to access, easy and cheap to access. Remember those days when any information you needed is either you wait for the newspaper to be sold to you. For some of us, we have to wait for our fathers to go to the office, bring the newspaper, bring it home. Then you may be able to read from it. So wait for newsletters. If you had any research to do, you had to go to the library. Social media has made it so easy that you can access information easily, and then timely as it dey happen. All right, let's move on quickly. So what are the negative influences of social media? Remember we said the influences are positive and they are negative. Spending too long on social networking sites could adversely affect your mood. Chronic social social users are more likely to report poor mental health, including symptoms of anxiety and depression. That's the truth. Spending too much time on social media can lead to anxiety and depression. It can affect your mood. When you become a chronic user, yeah, it can affect your mood. The things you watch, you see, can affect your mood. Cyberbullying. Some of the negative influences is cyberbullying. A lot of bullying going on the internet, a lot of body shaming, a lot of, in fact, you just see people who don't even know about people's situations, people's conditions, don't even care about people's mental health, and they just send in their replies and all of that anyhow. So those are some of the negative influences. As long as you can get data, people can just go on their keypads and just type rubbish. Permit me to say that. And as long as it makes them feel happy, they feel it's good. But not considering what they are saying or what they are typing is doing to the person who has posted that content. Okay. Another negative influence of it is that it has reduced face-to-face interaction. Face-to-face interaction in the sense that people no longer, it's really reducing the way people want to gather together in humans to have interaction. Also, it has led to, there's this terrible habit of eyes on the phone, eyes on the phone. So you're talking to somebody and the person is giving you reply, but eyes on the phone, hands on the keypad. So it has really reduced face-to-face interaction. And you and I know that face-to-face interaction, when you interact with somebody face-to-face, looking at the person's face, you are able to pick the person's body language. But somebody is saying yes, someone can be saying something, but the facial expression is saying something different. And with this reduced face-to-face interaction, empathy is also reducing. Empathy is really reducing. All right. So the next one I have here is FOMO, fear of missing out. That's another negative influence. Everybody wants to jump on what is trending and just say something. So nobody wants to miss out. People just want to know, want to share, want to be there, want to comment, want to. So there's this fear, I'm missing out when people are not able to find themselves in that space. Okay, unrealistic expectations. Some of negative influences of social media is unrealistic expectations. So expect people expect things that are unrealistic from people they follow, even for themselves. So you look at people and you just want to be like them, unrealistic, forgetting that people post their best selves most of the times on social media. So unhealthy sleep pattern, permit me to also add unhealthy eating pattern. Sleep patterns, I don't know, some people can be, I think I also have it here, it can be very addictive. Social media can be very addictive, and then if you're not careful, it begins to affect your sleeping pattern. Some people can be on their Instagram or Facebook reels, and then YouTube shorts, and then before you know it, you are there for hours scrolling. Some people can just be reading comments on what people have posted and all that, and before you know it, it's 12 midnight, 12:30. You don't know when the time goes. Some people wake up first thing in the morning, it's to pick up their phone to catch up on what is happening. Fear of missing out. So unhealthy sleep pattern, unhealthy eating pattern. Some people, when they're on social media, they forget food. Okay. Now, another thing is it's easy to spread false information and fake news. Of course, if you're in Nigeria, you know that fake news, it trends. So if you're not careful, you'll be carried away and misinformed, false information, fake information flying everywhere. Sometimes information fly without being verified. Okay, excessive addiction. The truth is that social media can be addictive if you're not careful. Have you ever stayed sometime, you've told yourself, I'm not going to touch this phone, and before you know it, the phone is in your hand. How did it get to my hand? You can't see. Could be an addiction. So excessive addiction, you're so addicted to your phone. It's one toy you hardly can drop. Some people will carry it to the toilet, carry it to the bathroom, carry it to the kitchen, carry it everywhere they go. They just can't do without their phones. And then it can lead to lack of self-confidence. The many things you put your eyes on, you see, and you let into your mind can actually lead to lack of self-confidence. You begin to lose confidence in yourself. You begin to lose confidence in your own identity, because of the kind of influences you allow around you through social media. So let's look at peer pressure. Peer pressure is the process by which members of the same social group with similar interests, experiences, and social status influence other members to do things that they may be resistant to or might not otherwise choose to do. Things you may not on your own, you may never have done just being on your own, but because you have found yourself in a social group or a group of people who share similar interests, experience, social status, and then you see yourself doing those things. Now, peers are people who are part of the same social group. So the term peer pressure refers to the influence that peers can have on each other. So the influence that the people you call your community, the people you call your friends, the people you relate with, the people you share experiences with, social status with, the influence they have on you. So peer pressure is also about influence. Remember, I said earlier, whatever has the highest influence on you wins. Okay, so peer pressure can be either positive or negative. Unfortunately, most times we talk about the negative impacts of peer pressure, but no, peer pressure can be positive or negative. So look at yourself. The people you call your friends, your associates, your community, your tribe, whatever name you give them, are they positive or negative to you? The pressure they bring to you, are they positive pressures or negative pressure? All right, so you need to look at that. Now, types of peer pressure, we have different types of peer pressure. We have the spoken peer pressure. Spoken peer pressure is when someone verbally influences another person to do something. You are verbally influenced. Someone comes to you straight on and begins to tell you to do something. Remember, I say it can be negative, it can be positive. You find yourself in the midst of people doing things you naturally wouldn't have wanted to do, or because of your belief or your values, you may not have done it. And then they begin to talk to you to do it. And then you see yourself doing it. That's a pressure. Unspoken peer pressure. Now this is because they spoke to you. They just maybe keep saying it to you, and then you see yourself giving in and you're doing it. Then unspoken peer pressure. This is when no one verbally tries to influence you. However, there is still a standard set by the group to have to behave in a certain way. Nobody is saying anything, but there is a standard. Now, the example that readily comes to my mind is the way people in that particular structure dress. Maybe there's a status you have attained and you are expected to dress in a certain way. Nobody is talking to you about your dressing, your fashion sense, but because the people around you expect you to dress that way and you see yourself doing that. Another peer pressure is maybe you live in a particular type of estate and everybody sends their children to a particular type of school. And then nobody is saying you must send your child to this class or kind of school, but it's an unspoken peer pressure. So you see yourself somehow doing it. It's not spoken, but there's a standard. All right, I hope that makes. Now, direct peer pressure. Now, indirect peer pressure, when a person uses verbal or non-verbal cues to persuade someone to do something, this is direct. Just give you cues. Try it. Just try it. Or someone say, do it. Some can be verbal, non-verbal cues persuading you to do something. All right. The next one is indirect peer pressure. No one is singling you out, but the environment you are in may be influencing you to do some things. Nobody is singling you out for not doing it, but you just see yourself feeling like I just have to meet up the standards of this group. You get indirect. No one is talking to you, but you just discover that because of the environment where you find yourself, you just have to behave a certain way to fit into that group. All right. Now, positive peer pressure, when a person is influenced by others to engage in a beneficial or productive behavior, that's positive. Imagine you have a friend or you find yourself in a community of people who are financially intelligent. Who are financially intelligent. What type of pressure do you think they will bring to you? They'll help you become more also financially intelligent because you will discover that the things they do there are beneficial and productive and profitable to you. Okay? Find yourself in a group of people who want to grow, who are interested in personal development. The conversations in such communities, what do you think how it will go? So those are positive influences. And it's positive. They may not be saying anything to you, but you just discover that for me to be in this group, there are some certain standards I need to meet up. It's positive. It's positive. People are driving you to become the best of yourself. Whether they are saying anything, giving you cues, giving you information or not, that's positive. Any group that makes you become a better version of yourself, any group that brings you benefits, that makes you productive, that's a positive peer pressure for you. All right. Now, negative peer pressure, which is the one a lot of times is talked about, is the influence a person faces to do something they wouldn't normally do or don't want to do as a way of fitting into the social group. This can be dangerous and damaging to themselves and to others. Any group that pressurizes you to do the things you don't want to do, they pressurize you to do the things that you know that they are not beneficial to you, they pressurize you, they put you under undue pressures to meet up, to fit in, that's negative peer pressure. All right. So now, how to deal with social media influences and peer pressure? Remember, I said these two are all influences, influences on them. So how do I deal with these pressures? Knowing that you can't run away from this. You can't run away from the social media, it's here to stay. And then you can't run away from peer pressure. Now, your peers may not necessarily be your friends. There are people in your community, people in your environment, people in your workspace, people in your close communities, people, your relatives. Don't know if that makes sense. So, how to deal with social media influence and peer pressure? The first one I have here is have your personal values. Have your personal values. What are personal values? Your set of guiding principles and beliefs that helps you differentiate between good and bad. If you've never sat down to think or have some, take out time to ask yourself, what are my personal values? What are the things I believe in? What are my guiding principles? You need to have it, know it, and work with it. Do you believe in hard work? It could be your values. And then values can be tangible and intangible values. State them, know them. All right, let's move on. Now, have healthy personal boundaries. This is what I call personal. This is the way I refer to personal boundaries. I say personal boundaries are stop here and go no further. Thus far, no further. Now, boundaries are limits you identify for yourselves. I can't go beyond this. I can't go beyond this limit. These are my limits. Healthy boundaries. Those are how to deal with social media and peer pressures. You must have healthy boundaries. You must have personal values because the personal values will help you differentiate what is good and what is bad, what to do and what not to do, where to go and where not to go. And then your boundaries will tell you the limits to which you can do anything. These are my limits. I can't go further than this. All right. Then the next one is identify what your priorities are and what is important to you. What are your priorities in life? When you wake up every day, what are your priorities? For this week ending or for the remaining part of March, what have you prioritized that you will do or achieve? In life, what are your priorities? And then what are the things that are important to you? You have to know them. Because when you don't understand your values, you don't have boundaries, you don't even know the things that are your priorities, I tell you, anything goes. Anything goes. Thank God what we're talking about mostly here is mind and money. If you don't prioritize things, I tell you, your money will go for the wrong things. Or they will go for the things you do not need, things that are not your priorities. So first of all, what are the things you value? Then what are your limits? Do you have limits? Do you have boundaries to think in life? Do you have limits to things you can do and things you can't do? Then what are your priorities? Okay. Then practice assertiveness. It's a skill. Fortunately, so many adults don't know how to practice assertiveness. So practice it, learn it, know how to use it. Now, assertiveness is the ability to speak for oneself confidently in a way that is honest and respectful. A lot of times, assertiveness is misused. The word assertiveness is not being arrogant. It's not being rude. It's you being able to state your stand on anything without being rude, without being arrogant, and without any form of pride. You are able to communicate clearly your stand. If your answer is no, it's no. And no, it's a complete sentence. You can decide to say no to some things. I'm not going to watch this. I'm not interested in this conversation on social media. I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to participate in this. No, it's a complete sentence. You can tell your groups, I'm not going to be a part of this. I don't think I will be a part of this. That's being assertive. And if you have your reasons why, you can clearly state your reasons. I do not agree with this, and I would not want to be a part of it. It's ability to state where you stand, because a lot of times you see people not being able to say the things they want for themselves, and then they see themselves doing the things they do not want to do. All right. Now, how to do to continue how to deal with social media influences and peer pressure. Practice self-discipline. See, discipline yourself. Practice self-discipline. Practice to discipline your taste, your appetite. Start from there. Practice self-discipline. That everybody is buying it doesn't mean you should buy it. Everyone is having it doesn't mean you must have it. Everyone is doing it doesn't mean you must do it. Everybody is watching it doesn't mean you must watch it. So learn to practice self-discipline. Start from your appetite and your taste. What are the things you consume on social media? What are the things your friends are making you consume? Your colleagues, your surrounding, people in your environment, your tribe, your community. Practice self-discipline. You mustn't accept all. Sometimes be assertive and be disciplined enough to tell yourself, I will not be a part of this. Even if it is very sweet. As long as it's not making me productive, I won't be part of this. Now set goals and have a list of things you must accomplish daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. What are your goals? What are the things you want to achieve? Because I'm telling you, if you have your goals set, you will be focused. You know the things to prioritize. And then you will see that it will cut down the excess use of social media. It will cut down the unnecessary when it's not necessary, because yeah, you must be on social media if you want to promote the things you do. But then beyond that, if it's not being profitable and productive, by the time you're able to set out the things you want to achieve, and then the next one I have there is have plans and strategies to accomplish your goals. By the time you have your goals, you have your plans, because planning and strategy and strategizing are real brain work. I've said I want to achieve this. Thinking it out, finding solutions are things that will take your time. I'm telling you that you may not even remember to spend hours on social media. So get busy. That's the word. Be engaged. Do things. Let the social media influence you positively and not negatively. All right. Now, pay attention to what social media influence and peer pressure is doing to you. Pay attention to it. The things you are watching, what are they doing to you? What are they doing to your mind? What are they doing to your feelings? What are they doing to your emotions? What are they doing to your esteem, to your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence? What are they doing to you? The people you call your friends, the people you hang out with, the community you belong, the environment you find yourself in. What is it doing to you? To your mind? Do you feel less of yourself? after you have finished watching people who have gone under the knife to sculpture the kind of body they want, and then that is making you depressed that you don't look like a particular person and all of that. Or you just think after you see some people, you just feel, oh, I wish it could be me. No, it can't be you. You are you. So pay attention to the things so that it doesn't begin to affect your mentality, because it sure will, but most especially your mental health. Okay, now the I think the final one I have here is identify what social media influences is doing to your level of productivity and profitability. Are you being productive on social media? Are you being productive in that environment, that place you are? Is it profiting you? And when I say profit, I'm not just talking about, yeah, I know the mind profits, I also know the money profit. Are you losing? The groups you belong to, how have they strengthened your accounts? How have they strengthened your money portfolio, your investment portfolios? How have they made you think better of yourself? How have you grown? All right. If social media is not being productive to you and profitable to you, don't spend your whole day there. That's the essence. If those groups you belong to are making you feel less of yourself, you are losing instead of gaining, I don't know why you should be there. All right. Next one I have here is associate with people and groups that share same value and beliefs with you. Don't go to places where you don't even understand what they do, or you don't agree with the majority of the things they do. You don't agree, but let me tell you, as long as you keep going there, they will begin to influence you. The more you keep sitting and listening to the things you do not want, they begin to influence you, and then they begin to blur the line between good and bad. All right. And then the next one I have here is leverage on the growth opportunities available to you. All growth opportunities available to you on social media, please leverage on it. On the groups you belong to, leverage on all growth opportunities you see there. If you have to learn, it's making you learn whatever, but make sure you leverage on all growth opportunities available to you on any social network you find yourself, on any group you find yourself. All right, then finally, I have here, know when to press the exit button. Know when to press the exit button. You do not need to be in a place where you are being destroyed, where your mind is being damaged, where you are not gaining. Instead of becoming a better you, you are becoming worse off. No. Know when to press the exit button to whatever group, whatever community, and wherever you find yourself. I think I want to stop here and then take questions. Maybe our questions will drive some more conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Silas, for this opportunity once again.
All right. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to believe you were very loud and clear. I want to believe you're very loud and clear. And I'm sure if there are any questions, of course, users can drop them here, or they will drop them in the group, and the questions will reach to get to you. Whichever way, whatever questions there are on this topic, you are going to get them, and you would also give us an answer. Thank you very much, Ma. And the topic we are talking about is one topic that I am very, very particular about. And the reason is because I think it was last week, a young girl in the US. She went for ranging with her father, and they went to shoot gun. And guess what? She shot her father, and after shooting her father, shot herself. So somehow, the father survived, but she died. And upon investigation, they found out that a friend and her had the discussion that let us harm our family members and run away together. And I mean, you would think it's a joke, but she actually did it, and she actually died. And another thing, another major aspect of this peer pressure is the fact that most times when you see married women move with single ladies, before you know, they start behaving like singles. These things, I usually tell people, it's not every reunion you attend. It's not every
That's
reunion you
true.
attend. Some reunion are just to know who never make them. And you don't put yourself under this kind of situation where you want to be under pressure, right? Like you said in your slide, it is very, very important for people to be able to know when to exit. Know when to exit. It's very, very important. Know when to say no. Know when to say no. And when you say no, let your no be no. Because that is a major problem we have with young people today. They don't have the ability to say no. You ask them a question, and instead of saying no, you hear things like, I don't know, I'm not sure, maybe. You are not assertive enough. You are not assertive. And once people smell that you cannot be assertive, they are going to keep driving in the pressure. And guess
Yeah.
what? After a while, you are going to cave in. Thank you very much, man. Thank you so much for granting us this audience, for giving us your wisdom, right? We are very, very grateful. And I want to let you go now. Thank you very, very much, man. God bless you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you once again.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for being with me. Thank you so much. I want to believe you gain value. Right now, what I want you to understand, what I want you to take home here is the fact that social media peer pressures have strong influences. Strong influences. As a matter of fact, I have seen a lot of people move from being sane to being completely insane. When I mean completely insane, you find out that as a result of what you are constantly seeing on social media, all of a sudden you are not okay with how far you are going, you are not comfortable with how well you're doing, and all of that. And you forget that some of the people that you are seeing, the difference between you and them is that their phone has a good camera quality, right? You may be doing better in almost every area. But because somehow they are using an iPhone and their pictures are clear, you just somehow feel that you are not doing as well as you could. And these are the things that drive people into depression. These are the things that drive people into doing all manner of stuff, right? So, what I want you to understand is yes, social media can be of great importance, but its influence negatively exists, right? And one of the things you must learn to do is to make sure you are conscious of all of this, right? Go back through this video, watch the negative influences of social media and peer pressure, and try and see how you can consciously work on your mind. One of the examples our guest gave us today was the fact that a lot of people are always like this. You have press phone, press phone, press phone. This is how you are working normally now. Your neck not is straight again. You are always pressing for this. In 2010, I was going to, then I was serving somewhere in Kaduna, and I was pressing my phone, as usual now, there was the BlackBerry something then. And somehow, it was in the middle of the night, around 9 p.m. or thereabout, I was going to watch Champions League. And something just said, raise your head up. That's something that said, raise your head up. If my leg was dropping, I was falling off a bridge inside river. I was falling, I was going to, if that leg had dropped, now inside the river for just land they go. Right? That's how bad this thing can be. And since then, I decided there is nothing. If you call me while I'm on bike, you will cut tire. Because all these things, we have become so addicted to social media that it's almost very difficult to have a same conversation with somebody in a public place. You go to a gathering and you see people sitting out, 7 people on a table, all of them have ordered drinks, all of them have ordered food, all of them are seriously conversing with nobody there. That's how bad it has gotten to, right? So I want you to understand that these things can bring very negative effects. And if you know that, it is very good you start taking conscious effort to correct that. Some of the effects of peer pressure and this could lead to depression. It could lead to suicidal thoughts. And I mean, it could just sink you completely, right? So when we are talking, and it will also start affecting your productivity at work, because all of a sudden you just think, I'm adding all this effort while they put inside this business. It's not showing. But this guy will know they do anything. This my guy will just, I mean, it's with, I know when this guy starts. I know when this guy starts. You have no idea what that guy has gone to do. Right? So one of the things it would help you do is to be conscious of this pressure. And being conscious of this pressure means knowing when to exit, knowing when to say, I have had enough. Like I usually say, there are some people that you need to block. You need to block their status on your phone. You need to block some people on Facebook. You need to block some people on Instagram. You need to block, consciously block it. You are not blocking it because you hate them, but you are blocking it because the pressure of what you are seeing from their status on you is very unhealthy, right? So this is where I'm going to stop it for tonight. Thank you very, very much. And tomorrow we are going to be looking at another very important topic. Tomorrow we are going to be looking at, let me see. Okay, tomorrow's topic, yeah, tomorrow. 7 secrets to wealth creation. 7 secrets to wealth creation. And I'm going to be your host and your speaker tomorrow. So make it a date with me. Thank you very much for giving me your time. Once again, God bless you.